Nigeria's ruling political party, the All Progressives Congress, has barred political appointees from voting at its national convention scheduled for this Saturday. A statement issued on Thursday noted that the action had been taken in view of the controversy surrounding Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act 2022. It, however, said that political appointees can still attend the national convention holding in Abuja as observers. The National Assembly had earlier rejected a request by President Muhammadu Buhari for the amendment of the Electoral Act. In the rejected bill, the President had asked the National Assembly to amend Section 84, subsection 12 of the Act to allow political appointees to contest and participate in the party primaries without resigning. The National Assembly has also resolved to appeal the judgment of the Federal High Court nullifying Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act. For an update on the state of preparations ahead of the elective National Convention of the All Progressives Congress, we're now being joined by Honorable Abubakar Momoh, a former member of the House of Representatives and member, Subcommittee on Media and Publicity of the Convention Planning Committee. Welcome to the program. I'd like to...
Thank you very much.
Of course, it's a pleasure to have you on Newsday. I'd like to start by asking you how this development has been received now that political appointees will have to play the role of observers tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I think what is happening is in line with the provision of the Electoral Act, and at least every person must abide by it. And the party has gone ahead to issue a statement to that very effect. So there's no question of anybody feeling bad. It's the provision of the law. And the party has to take that measure in order to make the convention credible and also to avoid any misgivings where some people will go to court challenging such an act. I think it's in order, as in tandem with the provision of the law.
So can you talk to us further about on reports that the APC has agreed to adopt consensus candidates for all offices of the National Working Committee, including adopting Senator Abdullahi Adamu as a consensus candidate for the post of National Chairman?
Well, the issue of consensus, first of all, you have to look at it from the angle of what the party's law says. I think the provision of the party of APC is such that you can use three means to elect anybody, whether for party position or primaries. It could either be consensus, and where consensus is, then you go by direct or indirect primary. But for now, the party has adopted consensus for this very purpose. But that does not debar anybody who does not agree not to go ahead and contest, because the Electoral Act has clearly specified what consensus means. Consensus means that all the aspirants will agree. And if they decide that they step down, that be it. Nothing can happen. And that is the provision of the party constitution. So I think for now, the position is that...
for a brief moment. You talked about the fact that if there are candidates that are not in agreement with the consensus option, that they can go ahead and contest. But will there still be a level playing ground for those ones, considering the fact that the leadership of the party is in support of consensus?
Definitely, there must be level play field, because the process of voting has been provided for. I'm just from Eagle Square. There's provision for voting. Ballot papers are there, and the ballot boxes are there. And for anybody who says he disagrees with consensus, he has already done his homework, and definitely he has gotten those who are supporting him, who want him to go further. I don't think there's any problem as to whether there's going to be a level play field. I think there's going to be a level play field, and I don't think there's going to be a problem. The reason I'm saying this is that, you know, the Electoral Act that has just been passed make provision to avoid any imposition. The provision that has been made is that where a consensus is adopted by any political party, either to choose its candidate for election or for the purpose of electing people for party position, as in the case of tomorrow, those people contesting, they must accept that they agree on consensus. But when they fail, we have to go by voting, either direct or indirect primary. There's no out of that there's going to be a level play field, because there's nobody at the party secretariat, to the best of my knowledge, who is preparing to manipulate the procedure. And at best, I don't think the president will even allow that. And you all know the kind of president we have. He's very strict on doing the right thing at the right time.
And as a member of the Publicity Subcommittee, what would you say is the level of preparedness and readiness for the convention coming up on Saturday? As we do know that these things, every once in a while, something can spring up and challenge the preparations for such an event. Do you foresee anything like that?
Thank you. Like I told you, I'm just from Igos Crew. Every arrangement is on top gear. If you go there, you can see the shape that the place has taken. You can see all that that is going on there. As to whether the convention is going to take place tomorrow, or whether the whole arrangement will be truncated any further, the answer is no. There's nothing, by the grace of God. It's only God can say that it will not hold. But with the arrangement on ground and all the subcommittee of the convention working day and night, I think there's no doubt that the convention is going to hold. And there are no issues on ground today that can spring a surprise resulting to the postponement or maybe the derailment of the exercise. The whole place has been secured. The police are on ground. The road safety and any law enforcement agent, they are out there to monitor the exercise. I think to the best of my knowledge and the extent to which I have seen preparation so far, the convention is on course. And by tomorrow, the APC as a party will shame those who think the APC will explode. There's no provision for explosion. The party is strong. The party is strong and is solid. And by the time the convention is said tomorrow, the party will come out stronger.
Honorable, you said the party is strong and solid, but is it really unified? Because it seems the party seems to be putting up this illusion of being, one. And about 2 days before the convention, I'm talking about yesterday, we saw statements like coming from the president saying it would be very sad and regrettable if there were manifest gains that were frittered away as a result of internal dissent and rivalry. So just how unified is the ruling All Progressives Congress ahead of this highly anticipated convention?
Well, as a father, definitely, if you are sending your children on errands, you definitely have to warn them and to guide them on what can derail any procedure. The mere fact that the president spoke like that is advisory. It's really advise them to actually conduct themselves in such a way that the convention will be held and will come out strong. So I think there's nothing, like I can assure you, there's nothing on ground today to believe that the convention is going to be derailed. A few people that had issues with the convention, they have all swallowed all the issues they have, and they have accepted that everything must be done in order to produce a new working committee. Normally, you expect that as a big party like APC, just like other parties in this position before, issues like this could easily happen. And the ability to manage them is what is most important. And good thing, the party has a father and has a leader who would always guide and direct on what to do. So that is exactly what has happened, because the president has appealed and he has guided the party to success. So there's no big issues as to what is going to happen tomorrow. I can assure you that what is going to happen tomorrow to the party is success. What is going to happen tomorrow is laughter, and you will see the jubilation. And at the end of the day, I can assure you that the party will become stronger and more solid.
Honorable Abubakar Momoh, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.